Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's still me, that happy girl. If you are a new subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. If you are a returning subscriber, I'm happy to have you back and thank you once again. So today I am going to be talking about a vice that has been in existence for a long time now. That is conning, defrauding, or scamming people, right? Yeah, it's a common topic, right? So I'm going to be talking about this thing and how it has affected us and the format that these fraudsters use to rid people of their hard-earned currency, their hard-earned money, their hard-earned property. All right, it's quite unfortunate that despite how long this vice has been in existence, instead of ending or something like that, it keeps evolving into newer methods, and as a result, these people, these fraudsters, keep remaining in business and keep excelling, unfortunately excelling in it. So today I'm going to be doing a brief expose into some of the methods that these guys use, so because most people who fall victim to them are unaware. All right, they don't know that they are being conned until they have lost something. It could be their money, could be their property, and everything. So I am going to be revealing some of the methods that these guys use. Yeah, I have been a victim before. Should I say a victim? Not really a victim, but I have encountered them before, both on social media and offline. But fortunately for me, I didn't pass with my money or anything like that, but it got to expose me to that particular method. I also made some research, asked around, people's experiences, and that is what informed the major part of this video. So if you are still safe, right, you haven't encountered them before, just pay attention, because you might be their next victim. And at least I will be happy, not to make me happier, to learn that because of one or two information you got from my video, you were able to escape them unscathed. Okay, so pay attention. Before I proceed, I want to put it out there that these fraudsters prey on their victims' desperation, their desire, their quest for love and attention, which is not bad. But my brethren who are in this business have deemed it fit to cash in on this loophole, cash in on this opportunity to con people out of their properties. All right, so it's either most people who fall victim to these guys are either people who seek love, who seek marriage, who seek a life partner, or people who are too greedy that they want the shortest cut to wealth. Those are the people who usually fall victim to them. So you want to do a self-assessment right now, see which of these categories you fall into that might make you vulnerable, might make you prone to being their victim. So you want to pay close attention. All right. Now, why there are fraudsters like the high-end guys who deal on hacking into government accounts, big corporations and establishments, hacking into their accounts, diverting funds, impersonating their emails, and channeling their funds to them. Now, I am not going to delve into them because that one is a little bit technical for me. Like, I really don't understand how they operate in that level. All right, but the one I am going to be focusing on, that is the one that is prevalent in this part of the world where I live in, that is Nigeria. It's quite unfortunate that out there in the world, when people hear of 419, when people hear of Yahoo, when people hear of fraudsters, the next thing that comes to mind is Nigeria. It's quite unfortunate, but that doesn't mean that Nigerians are the only fraudsters there are in the world. No, people all over the world, they do these things, but that is for them. I'm going to be exposing the one that is prevalent in my part of the world. That is the romance scam that my brothers usually use to get all these desperate white women, get them to part with their money, and then the get rich quick schemes kind of scam that they use to con the average fellow Nigerian here out of their hard-earned property, money, and you name it. Okay, so I'm going to start with itemizing them one by one and how they really work. Okay, I don't want to blab too much. I'm already doing that. Okay, so moving on, for my Western ladies, white girls who are usually victim of this romance scam, have you ever wondered how many African princes do we really have in Nigeria? Or you think that every family has a prince, right? It doesn't work like that. As a matter of fact, the few that we have left, you have finished marrying all of them. You don't finish. If any guy comes online to tell you he's a prince from this Africa, his African country or state or whatever, big lie, run for your dear life, is a scammer. I'm not saying people no longer find love online, but majority of all these guys who come online to profess love, heaven and earth to you, they are fraudsters. If you decide to fall for them, if you decide to, you know, allow them access to your funds, to your accounts or anything, at your own risk. But hear it from me today. Let me say 95% of any guy who comes online to tell you he's a prince, he wants to marry, he wants to this and that, is a fraudster. My sister, run. Now them, run for your dear life. Okay? That is one method. Another method that these guys use is they come and they pretend to be soldiers, right, and a army ranger, and they tell you they've been posted to any of these war-torn countries, right? They are on a peacekeeping mission, and now, having successfully completed their assignment, the government of the country has decided to reward them with let's say precious metals like gold, diamond, silver, platinum, name them. And now, because of their profession, they are not supposed to accept gifts, right? Now, this guy tells you, now, sisters, pay attention. This is mostly for the Western sisters. This is the format they use for you. So pay close attention. Now, they tell you, yes, because they're not supposed to accept these things. Now, they have this agent who will help them ship these gifts, these precious metals to you, bride to be. That's before then. They call you all the time. They make you believe, oh my God, once I redeploy, I'm coming straight to marry you. This, that. Now, they tell you they need to ship this thing to you so that you keep them safe until they come back from the deployment, and then both of you live, get married and live happily ever after. So they tell you, okay, now because of being at station or wherever they are posted, they do not have money to pay for this shipping. Now, this is where you come in, my sister, as the biggest con of the century. Now, it's realistic for them to ask you to pay huge sums of money. After all, we're talking about really heavy weighted metals here, right? Let's say they say it's 10 kg of gold or diamond or whatever, and then you need a ridiculous sum to ship it. I mean, when these things is sold at the black market and all that, you know that that's a lot of money for you and your Mr. Handsome, your Mr. Prince Charming, right? This sister willingly, even if she doesn't have the money, borrows to go and pay for the shipping, and that is the end of Solomon Grundy. They will block you, block your destiny, block anything, and you hear from them ever again. Now, if it seems that is if you respond too quickly, that means there is a tendency to get you to bring more money, and then other excuses come up. Either that the first guy was not serious and he has absconded with the money, and of course, they may even show you pictures. It looks real. These guys are very, very smart. They may show you real pictures of these items that needs to be shipped. And then they'll tell you, okay, because this first guy got into trouble, he has run away, can't get a hold of him, and they still need to ship this thing. Now you go and get more money, pay into an account, a different account. It makes it look so real because you're not paying to them or whatever name they gave you. They pay to another account, and when they feel that they've milked you enough, you do not have anything again to offer, you have no news anymore, then they block you, and that will be it. And then you run off to go and cry to your friends how Nigerians are scammers and all that. We are not all scammers. I'm in Nigeria. I haven't scammed anybody. I don't intend to, okay? So enough of that faulty generalization. But I am here today to warn you. Choose to listen, choose to take heed, or choose to proceed blindly at your own risk. But don't say I did not warn you. Now that is not on. Moving on, this same Army Ranger format could also come in the guise that government did not pay them for maybe precious metals this time. They've given them a ridiculous amount of money that as a soldier they are not supposed to be in possession of. So they will tell you that they've gotten an agent who will help them wire the transfer so that it doesn't reflect in their account or anything to you. Of course, they will request your account details and all that shit, but all they need is just transfer fees. Now, based on the amount involved, it is also almost reasonable that the amount they're expecting from you is reasonable as fee for the transfer. So they ask you to make the deposit to their agent who will do the wire transfer to you. Now, you've already started looking at that Louis Vuitton shoe. You want to buy that big getaway wedding. You want to have that destination wedding and all that shit. You run and go and make a deposit. Either from you clean yourself up, or you have to go and borrow from family members. At the end of the day, when they consider you done for, they block your account, block you all over social media, and of course the account you have even been chatting with them, and they usually dwell on Facebook. These people, if you demand that they call you in the daytime, they will either tell you that it's a taboo for them to have a phone at their station, and once they are caught, they will be court-martialed or whatever big military terms they will use on you. And then they will only call you either from a dark place. They'll tell you, okay, I'll call you back, you know, I cannot talk too much, or my commander will catch me, and all those blah blah blah. They say it looks so real, and then as a result you cannot see them, so they can only hide to chat with you behind all the bogus Facebook accounts that they are operating. So my dear sister, maybe that con is already on you as we speak. Please, you are being conned. Run for your dear life. Now them. Moving on. Now this one could be used on anybody, either the Western ladies or even my black Nigerian sisters here. These guys go on social media, on Facebook, Instagram, check you out, see your pictures, the kind of dressing you're putting on, they size you up and like, oh my god, this lady is high end. And then they go and look for a nice looking picture of a guy, you know, on internet. They may be as ugly as anything, right? Now they go and get this picture, create a Facebook profile, and then put the picture and that of a cute little girl, and then they come up to you and tell you that they are a widower who lives abroad. They could choose any of this European country or any country that is not in Nigeria, okay? And then he's just recently widowed, okay? Widowed. Basically, he just recently lost his wife, and he has a daughter who now stays with his mom in Nigeria. Now they come and tell you that his mom has been disturbing him to get a wife, and he doesn't have time for that. So you know what? Why don't you please call my mom and tell him we are dating, okay? So that I can get her off my back. Yeah, they've roped you in, and then he gives you a number of the so-called mother in Nigeria, and then oftentimes the woman may flash you, that is ring and call, so that you return the call, or she may actually call you, you know. That's a long con. Calls you, and once in a while she will give the phone to the little girl so that you speak with her, and then he doesn't pose a threat. This guy will give you the impression that he's well to do, he's working, he's always at the job, and he cannot talk with you all the time, right? And then it continues, and then one day at a time that it is impossible for him to make payment from wherever he's living in. Maybe he has told you he lives in, let's say, Germany or whatever. At the time of day that is actually night in Germany where he lives, which might be daytime here in Nigeria, he will call you. It's an emergency. My mom just had an accident. Please put a call across to her. I can't do anything now. Let me find out the situation. And then, as an aspiring daughter-in-law, right? You're trying. Meanwhile, this guy may at this point have already proposed or not, but has given you the impression that in the next holiday, could be an Easter holiday or a Christmas holiday, depending on what time of the year this conversation is going on, that he's coming home to Nigeria, and then maybe you guys will meet and you get married and all that shit. So in order to beef up your profile and your wifeability and your marriageability, so you want to step in and arrest the situation as it comes up, right? Good. So you put a call across to mama, and maybe somebody, a caretaker, answer you and say, do you mind, it's in a very critical condition, we need to make the deposit. Or it could be even a doctor who is also in on the call, will answer the call and tell you, we need to make a deposit of 200,000 naira, 500,000, we need to operate on her ASAP, or this one will die, and blah 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 blah. Of course you don't want your dear mother-in-law to die now. Even if you don't have, oftentimes these ladies have, because this guy has taken time to study your social media profile, your activities and engagements, and could actually tell your financial weight, right? So oftentimes these ladies have, even when they don't, they will definitely know one or two friends who can come to their rescue at the moment. So you make the deposit and you're putting a call, and just when you make the first deposit, oh, she's good for it, another thing will come up, and this guy will keep calling and telling you, thanking you, how you're the best woman, okay, maybe he hasn't proposed yet. He will not say, oh my god, maybe we should just see this thing up and all that shit. Then your head will start with I don't land Yankee husband. Auntie, Erigogi, you have been chopped. That means you have been conned. Oh my God. This is not funny. Forget about all this. So you pay, and then depending on how soon you're able to respond, another thing will come up, and then maybe at a point the little girl may start crying, please mama is about to die, you need to do something, and then you pay more money. When they realize that maybe you have exhausted your account, your reserve or whatever, and then nothing good is coming out from you again, it is at this point that the guy might, if he's the nice type, pick up an unnecessary quarrel with you. You guys will quarrel, he will block you and go from there, or he will just outrightly, bluntly block you. Just like that. You have been conned. Take note. Now them. Auntie, if this is already on, even if you have made the first deposit, at this point, cut your losses and japa. That is not all. I'm not coming home now. Another type they use is the one they come to your Facebook. Either they hijack a friend's account, Facebook account, and then tag like 99 or 100 of that person's friend list and start posting videos of videos of people who were beneficiaries of the so and so investment. I don't want to call names so that nobody come for me, but you know them. This and that investment, this and pay out, cash pay, cash out. So they usually sound like all those kind of names. Then maybe one or two people put up a video. I didn't know this was real. Oh, see my own alert. Bam, they will post it. And I was doubting. I invested 20k, now I have 40 in less than 30 minutes. I invested 60k, now I have 120k in less than 20 minutes. And it continues and it continues. Let me ask you, think, assuming it is you, assuming this particular investment blah 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 is actually legit as they make it seem, do you think they will come to social media to announce it so that everybody participates in it? Why would they stop at investing 20k to get 40k? Can't they invest the 40k to make it 80, and then the 80k to make it 160, and the 160k to make it 320 or 340, and like that until they become billionaires, until they become richer than Dangote or Otedola or anyone? You don't think. You just hear, so I'll just be in my house, deposit 20k and get 40. Oh yeah, you can 20k and dash them. It is this type I laugh and I say, oh, you were greedy. If you were not greedy, you will not fall. That 20k you're managing would have been useful for something else for you. But no, you want it. You want to get everything for not working. Now that is the way of people who want everything for nothing. There is nothing free even in Freetown, okay? When it is too good to be true, my sister, my brother, it is actually too good to be true. So when they come to you and even show you video evidence of people, all of them are in on it. Oh, don't go and tell me, but it looks so real. Oh, I even saw this person post account transaction alert. Excuse me, credit alert, this and that. They are all in on it. You'll be a big fool if up until this moment you fall for this kind of scam. If it were actually legit, trust me, man in their greedy nature will not let the next person know. They want to keep it to themselves. They want at least their immediate family members to have profited from it, enrich their lives from it, at least their kindred, their village, their state, before coming out to come and announce and beg you, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. They usually start by making you, maybe they'll give you an account. You'll be like, okay, let me start small. Maybe you deposit, say, 5,000 naira. I mean, I could let go. If it works, it works. And then they'll just say, hold on. They'll be nice at first. Hold on. And then they'll tell you, okay, why don't you make more deposits so that you just round it up to 10k, so that the amount you're earning will double 20k. Looks enticing. Okay, extra 5k. You put, you deposit. And then at this point now, they start getting irritable and impatient with you. There was a system error. Check your account. You did not do this, you did not do this. Okay, I have just input your detail in the system. And now the system, which system? See the way they sound so professional. Which system? And now the system wants you to send in the what do they call it? The transaction charges, transfer fees. That's what they will say. And the transfer fee may be like this for the cheapest scammers. They go to their type. They'll tell you to send the transfer fee of maybe 2,000 naira. You'll be like, okay, I've sent in 5k, another 5k, that's 10. 2,000 naira is not much. Since it's transferred, so that my money will not kuku lose, abi. You go ahead and deposit that 2K. Onye eri erigo ya. Auntie, brother, my dear, my friend, fam, you have been chopped. Not chopped like the cooking program. That's the pidgin version of you have been eaten. I've just transliterated. No, what it means is that you have been defrauded. So if up until now you are still not aware of these their formats and you still allow them to chop to you, you are on your own. You better watch my video, share it to your friends, your neighbors, your yard people. Share it to as many people as possible. They all need to hear this and safeguard their property, their wealth, their money. If you keep quiet, you are not being nice. As you're watching this video, in case you haven't done that, scroll down now, click on the subscribe button, yes, and that bell notification beside you, so that anytime I leave a video, because I come with better gist, I am sure of that. Anytime I come with gist, you'll be informed, okay? And when you're done watching, you like my video and endeavor to share to as many people as possible. They need to hear this. Now, moving on. Let me also warn you, even as much as our banking institutions keep warning us, no bank will call you to request for your credit card PIN number, your BVN, and your account number, or any other personal details. If they need you, they will simply request that you come to the bank. That's if they need you for any reason. They will write you a mail and request you to come to your branch to come and sort that thing out. They cannot call you on the phone requesting for your BVN, your PIN, or your card, all those security details that are pertaining to your account. So anybody that calls you, no matter how professional they sound, no matter how sincere they sound on the phone, like this could actually be my account officer, now them, fam, run. They are coming for your money. Run. Okay? Now them. How do I know all these things? I ask questions. I am a living person. I make research, okay? They've called me once or twice and I just help them to spend that call credit that they have. But let me also warn, I heard, I don't know how genuine this is or how true it is, that most of them use jazz. Well, me, their jazz cannot catch me, but I don't even know. Or just in case, don't bother engaging them. Before you know it, you have let go of vital details. They could even ask it in such a way that, is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you confirm it. You are gone. They may not ask it properly. They may just guess, and then it happens that that guess is coincidentally what it is. That is your PIN number, and then maybe you make a sentence or two that shows that they are correct. These people, they are sometimes smart, so they can actually read you, and then that is it. Your money is gone. So be warned. Some of them will actually, maybe if they find your card by mistake, use it to make a transaction online, maybe purchase or whatever. Now, there's this security measure that some banks use, right? The one-time password, OTP. They will send it to your the registered phone number to that account, so that when you input the details, that shows that both the account and the number you're in possession, and then it's the account owner doing that transaction. So these people may use your card, your details, and other things, and then when that OTP comes, now they call you and tell you how they mistakenly put your number as the registered number to whatever transaction they are doing there. Could you please send them the text message that just came to your phone, my dear? Now then, if you make the mistake of sending it back, you have just given them the keys to your kingdom, and they will wipe you clean. So when you get such messages, delete it immediately. Don't bother clicking on any of these fraudulent links, because most of them are malwares. Once you click on it, they have possessed your device, your phone, laptop, or iPad, or whatever it is you're working with, and they take over. Send the malware and shut you down. It could even be on Facebook. So any link you see that looks suspicious, don't be too curious. Remember what happens to the curious cat. Ignore, scroll past it, because the moment you click, most of them are malware. Once you click, you have given them access to your private details, to your account. Generally, they will take over, lock you out, and then become in possession and be doing all sorts of things with your account. So you have been warned. Okay, even when they may use a stolen credit card to make purchases and send it to your address, and then call you and tell you they mistakenly sent so and so package to you, please could you help them mail it back. Even they may even offer to send you money to do the shipping. If you do, and then the owner of that card reports the card stolen, and then they trace the transaction and the delivery of the said purchased item with the card, they trace it to your home, you have become culpable. Whether it was you who did the buying or not, after all, the person that called you on the phone you don't know, and it's not your word against theirs. All right, the person sent you money to forward it back, and maybe the second address will not even be theirs. It could be a random place. So when you receive a bogus package, an item that you know that you did not purchase, you did not buy, and it comes to you, don't even claim it or accept it. Return back to sender, because usually maybe through these courier services, tell them you didn't make any such order, then they'll take it back, right? Or take it back to you. But certainly do not receive it and try to be a good Samaritan by helping this fraudster to ship it back to them. Otherwise, you just roped yourself in a very big con, and you become culpable, and you may be arrested, jailed, fined, or severely punished for something you are completely innocent of. So I could actually go on and on. The style is plenty. There's just so much, but these are the few that could come to the top of my head, and I don't want this video to be too long, but I know that with the few of these formats, these methods that I've mentioned in this video, I will and may have saved 1 or 2 persons from falling victim to these wicked people who consider themselves fraudsters. I mean, there is one, a high-end Yahoo boy that is in the police net as at the time of making this video. I don't know when you will be watching it. Now, a lot of people are coming on social media defending him, how he's just a hustler, how he was just being smart, using his God-given brain and talent, blah, 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 how there's no job in the country, therefore it's normal for him to survive somehow. Survive at what expense? Some of these people who were defrauded, some of them were wiped up off their entire life savings, and most of them get so depressed they commit suicide or die, or this particular action actually leads to something damaging for life in their entire life. Like, you have ruined somebody's life, and then the guy, and now somebody comes to defend him, telling him he's just trying to survive. After all, Oyibo people took us as slaves, and now it's our time to take back. No, now what is bad is bad. Stop calling him a hustler. He's just a thief. When you take something that doesn't belong to you, no matter in what guise, whether 2 wrongs don't make a right. Yes, they claim we are retaliating from what the white people did to the black people. That is not the best way to do it now. You have just made yourself the same, and both of you are now equally guilty. Both of you are now equally bad. 2 wrongs don't make a right. So there's no such thing as him being a hustler. Otherwise, you could make the same excuse for kidnappers, ritual killers. Yes, they're all trying to make a living, right? Let's start making excuses now. All those armed robbers who come to people's houses and kill, and even go to the banks, shoot people, shoot security people, and cut away with funds in the bank. We could actually make excuses for all of them. After all, if you ask them, they are only trying to survive. They are only trying to make money to survive. So don't you see, when we start making excuses, we could excuse anybody. So it is right for us to call a spade a spade. What is bad is actually bad. No excuses here, no exceptions. Okay? So this is for those of you who intend to, or who are already in defense of all these guys who are being caught. Yes, they do giveaways once in a while. So what? With stolen money. Which kind of stupid blood money giveaway is that? You that is even collecting. Keep collecting until one day yes. Use Google and find out the meaning. But with the gesture I use, I'm sure you can actually get what I mean. So guys, okay, there are people who actually work hard. There are so many things you can actually do genuinely to earn a living. We must not make a living at the expense of another innocent person out there. Okay? Yeah, granted, most of these people who fall victim to these fraudsters are greedy people. But that's still not an excuse on your part. Alright? So let's all try to be genuine. Let's all try to be pristine in our dealings with other people, and just be diligent at that little thing you're doing, and watch God do marvelous things for your life. Okay? So Like I said earlier, their methods are endless. Like there are a bajillion, gazillion different methods that they use. But you see these ones I outlined in my video, these are the very common ones, especially in this part of the country where I live. And so I just considered it an obligation, a sense of duty to, put this video together and warn as many people as can have access to this video. You see the reason why I say you should share. Yeah, so that we can save one or two people from unnecessary heartbreak. Okay, so thank you so much, thank you for listening to me, and until I see lest I forget, remember at the beginning of this video I told you how I've encountered them. Yes, I used the word a victim, but I'm not their victim because I was on skates, okay, but I have encountered them both offline and online. So I'm going to put up another video where I'm going to gist you people my one-on-one encounter with money doublers. Yes, they are still in existence. You would think that's so 90s. Lie, they're still there up to today. And guess what? They are still in business, meaning they are still catching victims. So I will gist you, maybe it's similar to the ones you have experienced, or maybe the one that you will experience at least. Just come with me on my next video, okay? Until I see you again next time. Oh my god, it feels like I shouldn't leave already. I'm having fun with y'all. Okay, until I see you again, please just continue to stay awesome, remain happy, and God bless you.